take a picture of you, like pretend like you're doing it.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to XGen Sports Complex. My name is Ryan Cuny. So happy to have you here on a Saturday evening. We've got a great one here. The 3-0 Buffalo Extreme, who are on a heater, taking on the defending champions of the National ABA, Chicago Fury. Away team Chicago Fury coming to town looking to take apart Buffalo after they decimated New Hampshire Kings 180 to 58 last week. It was a tough one to watch late in the fourth quarter as New Hampshire Kings only had 5 players, but nonetheless, Buffalo Extreme took care of business and Chicago Fury looking to do the same to them today. So we'll step aside here for player introductions, and when we come back, we've got basketball on the way. See, very excited Buffalo Extreme squad. They're looking to take down the champs tonight. Chicago Fury in white with that flame pattern on the pants. Extreme still awaiting to take the floor. 12-minute quarters here in the ABA. We've got 4 of them. Clock stops every out of bounds, every shot. A couple of players to look out for here. Marcus Fegan for Buffalo Extreme. He's going to be a hustle player, getting gritty rebounds, making a lot of plays that don't make the stat sheet. John Ivey, the newcomer to this squad, number 3. He'll be running the floor as the point guard. And Javon McCray, the big 6'11", 240-pound center, number 12 in black. He'll be a player to look out for on Buffalo. As for the Fury, number 34, captain Capri Alston, put up 22 in their first week alongside captain Devontae Jones. And the tip quickly won, and the first 2 points of this contest go to Capri Alston. 6'6" forward who's played in over 8 different countries. Now on the defensive end as Ivy looks to blow past. Here's one from the free throw line off the front rim, no good from Hawkins. Well, Kareem's out of bounds, heading in the Fury direction. Extreme have not had much experience this season trailing as they've been dominant in their first 3 starts. Here's Alston again, spinning. Put up through 2. It's blocked. Great effort as now Dubois inside. Yes. This Buffalo crowd is excited. And whistles blow. Looks like that was a bench violation. So Fury now to inbounds. You can tell by the energy in the crowd how much this game means to all involved. Everyone wants to take their best shot at the champs. Austin gives it off. 3 ball on the way. It rattles its way through. Didn't look pretty as it went, but it went nonetheless. Out to the corner for a rebuttal. This time, no good. And rebound heads to Fury. That was Watson on the board. And now what? It is Jones who carries across half court. Jones finds his way in a double team, gives the ball up. It's Ivy. Ivy, a full court pass. And a foul called. You could hear there by a spectator. Ivy a little slow to get up, but now makes his way across the floor after officials deemed a little bit too much contact. Fegan works it inside to McCray. McCray airballed it. Here's a deep three. This one's good. From Linnell Watson. Out to an early 8-2 lead as we eclipse 2 minutes played. Dubois loses his footing, gives it up. Davis the other way with the left hand, indeed. Timeout called as the score is 10-2. Chicago leads it. The defending champs showing why they came out on top last year, coming out to a proven start here in this early first quarter. We'll take a quick break here. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. Stay right here for more basketball action. We welcome you back out of the timeout where the Buffalo Extreme find themselves down 10-2 in unfamiliar territory early in this first quarter. This is what they're accustomed to doing to their opponents as Ivy looks to get the scoring going. To the wing, now to the corner. McCray just inside the three-point arc. That one no good off the rim. Fury been doing a nice job of limiting second chance opportunities and offensive rebounds here by Buffalo Extreme, something they've been dominant at. Alston tried to feed it inside. He lost it. Here's McCray. McCray has it stripped. Beautiful full court defense from Chicago to buy back their possession as that ball heads out of bounds. And the officials will say it stays last touched by Buffalo. Devontae Jones to inbound. It's Marzell Tiffith. Tiffith directing traffic to his left. Working inside now, the floater. Yes, pure. That was silky smooth from Marzell Tiffith rather. Now Ivy needing to respond, his squad down 10. Off the pick from McCray, he'll take a three. It's good. Buffalo faithful erupt. As you could tell, that one was needed. The stop now would be great for Buffalo. And the tip in, no good. They'll get the board. Ivy pushing the pace a little now. And it'll slow down. Dubois calling for it on the far side. Ivy calling for a pick on his own. He'll get himself into trouble. Give it up to Dubois. Wyatt weaving through the defense. Off the front of the rim, no good. That was Alston on the board. Tiffith. He's blocked. He'll call a foul.
That's a foul maybe in France. That's a foul maybe in
Marzell Tiffith took some contact there on the wrist. And timeout now on the floor once more with Tiffith at the line. So we'll step aside again. 12-5 is the score here in Buffalo. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. Happy to welcome you back here to the XGen Sports Complex. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. My name's Ryan Cuny. And the Chicago Fury, defending champs, are leading 12-5 here as we've played under 5 minutes in this first quarter. Marzell Tiffith at the line after he tried to capitalize in transition. Caught a little contact on the wrist. Buffalo crowd getting into it, trying to be as disruptive as possible, but Tiffith is stone cold at the line. Ivy asking for his crowd to stay engaged, and they will oblige him. Tiffith. No good. You'd have thought it was Game 7 of the finals the way this Buffalo crowd is involved. Yet it's the first quarter of a regular season game. That's what makes this such a dominant home court, as you get a beautiful feedback inside. And perhaps the momentum starting to swing as Tiffith crosses half court. Dubois defending, pick on the way. Dubois gets through. Tiffith works it over. 3-ball on the way. It's good. That's Stewart. Silencing this Buffalo crowd. Sense just how important this offensive possession could be as it's worked to the near side. Dubois with 2 on him. He'll get rid of it. 3 on the way. It's McCray. He's got it. Pure as the day is long. (16-10) the score. Watson. He'll give it up. It's Alston. Spinning inside. Off the front rim. Wasn't enough on it. And a foul. This crowd erupts as Buffalo will hold on to possession. Got to be a tough environment for the defending champs to play in. McCray looking to send some picks. Ivy will take it. He'll put up a 3 through contact off the front rim. No good. And off the tip. We'll call it intentional. I highly doubt it, but it falls nonetheless. 2 points are 2 points. That was Marcus Fegan, who was battling for that loose ball, and now a double team. Move to the corner. Whistle sound. Foul called. Fully engaged now is this Buffalo crowd. See how badly the players want this one. They want to prove that they belong on the power rankings at a national level here in the ABA. They want to knock off the champs. Now playing with extreme energy, but you got to be careful as this is a marathon of a game, not a sprint. 3 ball on the way off the inbound. It's good. Pretty play, pretty finish. 19-12 the score. Worked over to the near side, cross court pass. Into McCray off the spin. It's knocked away before he could put it up. And possession will head to the Fury. Here's Tiffith. Tiffith works to his left in the open floor, and the ball slowly falls. Seemed like it hung on that rim for an eternity. Now Caron Dubois looking to make something happen. Nifty move for an open three. Can't connect. Second chance points on the way. Not going to fall. Ball heading out of bounds. We'll see who's got it. And the official emphatically pointing in Fury's direction. Scarborough checking into the game, and what he'll bring is intensity on the defensive end. He'll be playing defense at the full court every single possession, and he was critical to extending the lead against New Hampshire Kings. As that ball is knocked away, worked up in the open floor, floater missed. That was Hawkins, a rare miss in the open floor. Deep three from Watson, can't connect. And Hawkins on the board. Little intensity now from this extreme squad. Worked over to McCray. McCray in the mid-range. Drilled. Scarborough bringing a little intensity to this Buffalo squad. Little hustle as that shot's put up off the foul. And I believe we'll have two. All right. Officials calling that a side out, I believe. Yes, side out indeed. And a timeout on the floor with Chicago up 21-7. Buffalo hanging in strong. As we've got 4 minutes to play here in this first quarter, you're watching the ABA on the Sports Fanbase Network. Stay right here. Happy to welcome you back where we've got just under 4 minutes to play here in this first quarter. We'll start with an inbounds from the baseline out of the hands of Watson. He'll find Ulster. And it's stolen by Park. Spinning in the open floor now, putting it up, no good. Tip in, successful. Nifty move there. The University of Buffalo all stolen. Tight defense. Ivy in the open floor. Yes. The lead has crumbled. 21-18. Buffalo down 3.
Do you have work tomorrow? No, just asking. Oh yeah, did you watch the Bills game the other day?
Welcome back. My name is Ryan Cuny. Happy to join you on this beautiful Saturday. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network, where Buffalo Extreme, within 3 of the defending champ Chicago Fury, Tiffith puts up one on the run. That's unbelievable. That ball was a heat-seeking missile to the back of the net. Who would have thought? Now Scarborough looking to get some revenge with 3 minutes in this first quarter. He can't. Ball on the floor. Battle for it ensues. And Ivy comes away with it. Puts up one immediately. It's the 4th opportunity and finally points. Buffalo. And now it's Jones. Jones puts one up from outside. Not going to fall. Alston kicks it out. Second shot not going to go. Jones again. And he'll be fouled on the putback attempt. Devontae Jones, the captain. Jones now shooting 2. Who also had 22 points in the first matchup. And that was a win over the Chicago Rebels. For the Chicago Fury, a little in-city rivalry. Jones completes the second. And Park flings it into Fegan. The point guard calling things out. That's Scarborough. He'll give it up. Worked inside. Foul called. Shot no good. Trip to the line earned, however. So not all in vain. Fagan not able to complete his first. And while he's at the line, I'll make my quick apology for the mispronunciation of the name. I was saying Fegan. It's Marcus Fagan. And no good on both free throws. Fury takes back over. Shawnee has it at the top of the key. Nice move to his left. Flicks it cross court. Shot on the way. That's way short. And a turnover. Caught it on the baseline, stepping out of bounds. Now pace being pushed a little bit. Park puts one up. Park, no. Looked like it hit off the framework there. Quickly we go the other way and completed. Pressure getting to the Fury a bit as we've gone back and forth a few times without any real success. That's Park tying his shoe with 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Park, most well known for his 3-and-D capabilities. He's a big guy, 6'8", 220, but really good outside the perimeter. Decisive move inside, off the glass and in. Buffalo back within 3. Shawnee trying to battle across half court. He'll do so. Alston setting picks. Ball being given up. It's stolen by Fagan, and Fagan passed slightly off the mark, but able to find its way home. It's a 1-point game as the defense in the backcourt from Aaron Jones prompts a foul call. This Buffalo crowd really starting to get involved now, as it's a 1-point game with just over a minute to play in this first quarter. Inbound completed. Just inside the free throw line. It's no good. Rebound goes to Fury. Heads out of bounds. Possession will stay. That was newcomer Patrick Rucker first year on the Chicago Fury, number 5 in white. Put up a respectable 10 points in the first matchup against the Rebels. On the baseline, foul called as the shot went up. That was Coleman absorbing the contact and now at the line. Once again, this disruptive Buffalo crowd getting loud for the free throw attempts. And we'll say that one, we'll credit that one to the crowd. Coleman with an opportunity for redemption. It's up. It's good. Now Scarborough with it as he carries across half court with a little bit of pace. Tries to work inside. Beautiful job. Sports Center top 10. Just bobbing and weaving through that Fury defense. Somehow able to find Park on the baseline who puts it home. Shawnee for 3. Oh, Miss Mary Mack. The Hezzy step back. And now a response not completed from Buffalo, but a beautiful play from Shawnee. Keep this game tied at 26. Coleman loses his footing, kicks it back out for 3. Not going to be completed. That came off the hands of Sanson Olademije. Now Shawnee once more finds a man on the baseline who's got it. High pace to end this first quarter. Final 6 seconds, 3 ball flies, not going to fall, whistle sounds. And they'll get an over the back there. That was Alex Golda. So 3 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Fury up by 6. They'll get that shot away, and it won't be good. So valiant effort by Buffalo to keep the champs in check, but the champs exploding at the end of that first quarter to come out to a 32-26 lead. And if one thing's to say after that first quarter, it's we've got a good final 36 minutes of basketball on the way. So stay right here on the Sports Fanbase Network. You're watching ABA basketball. We welcome you back to the start of the second quarter, where Jay Scarborough inbounds it to John Ivy, and they find themselves down 6 to the defending champion Chicago Fury. Inside now to Park. Park with the right hand. He's got it. John Park having a big role offensively tonight. Weaving inside, now kicked over to the wing. Giving up. 3-ball in the way. It banks home. Through contact. That was McBride. Now with some pace, it's Scarborough. Handoff to Ivy. Deep 3 on the way. That one no good. And foul on the putback attempt will send McCray to the line. Now we got some pushing and shoving underneath the basket. Secondary whistles sound out. As we look to separate, McCray heads to the stripe. Ivy still jawing away with Coleman there. As now McCray sets up. His squad down 7. Make it 6. McCray having a solid day from the line already. And a consistent shooter from the free throw line consistently. And I'll take the blame as the announcer's curse hits once more. It's good once a game. Inside the 3-point arc. That falls. And now a foul as Ivy hits the deck. Look to reset this play. His tensions are starting to rise ever so slightly. We get a half-court pass completed to Park. Park to Scarborough. Scarborough runs into a Fury wall, and he'll take the foul. We'll say that occurred on the floor. Now it's to Park. Park, who's deadly outside the arc, will give it up to Ivy. Ivy inside. That's blocked. McCray, the 6'11 center, rarely blocked. Had it stuffed that time. Second opportunity, foul called. Once again, McCray will head to the line after he redeemed himself on the same possession. And looking to slowly dig away at this 6-point deficit. McCray went 1 for 2 from the line last time he was up. This one no good. McCray's missed 2 in a row from the free throw line, looking to correct that. And his team's certainly needing the free points. Can't give anything away to the champs, and once again, 50%. Up to Shawnee. Shawnee deep 3. Just off the mark. Ivy missed time to jump, it appeared. And it heads out of bounds. Last to be touched by Ivy will stay with the Fury. Tough mistake. Down 7. Fury looking to expand their lead with Coleman. Coleman towards the baseline, now spinning back towards the center. Off 1 foot. That's way short. Rebound goes to Fagan. Fagan on the floor. That's good. The runner. Scarborough, a crafty finisher inside, and this one not going to fall, but a foul will be called. Jones still on the floor after the contact. And now he'll hop up. Apologies, that's not Jones. That's Hall, number 9 in white at the stripe. This game slowed down and devolved into a free throw shooting contest ever so slightly after that explosive first quarter, where it felt run and gun nonstop. Hall drills the first. And the second rolls in off the front of the rim. Here's Buffalo looking to respond. Ivy with a 3 way off the mark. Rebound goes to Fagan. He looked inside to Park. Park wasn't home. And it's stolen by the Fury. Fury, full court pass, open space off the glass and in. Scarborough to respond. He runs into a double team. Foul will be called on the floor. Heard someone in the crowd from Chicago wanted a travel call there. They're going to say the shoulder body bump occurred previous to it as it's worked inside to McCray. McCray couldn't get a handle on it. Now to Park. Park on the wing. Off his foot. He's got it right back. Dishes it off. McCray blocked. How about this? What a block. Down low. Foul called afterwards. It's perhaps just a little bit too forward. We've seen McCray block now a couple of times. This time, obviously, he's got the opportunity at the line after the foul call, but it's not really something we've seen in previous games. We've seen Buffalo dominate the paint, both on the offensive and defensive glass. And as a result, they've been able to explode out to massive leads and just kind of coast for the rest of games. But obviously, this one way different as McCray drills it. Deficit still at 7 for Buffalo. And this ball's worked across half court. Nifty move inside underneath. Oh, baby! That was stunning, ladies and gentlemen. Crafty footwork to a beautiful finish. Ivy now to the baseline. He'll lose control. Pace of play increasing. Ivy sets his feet. We'll see what they call. And Ivy did not put his body on the line in vain. Wow, how about that? A freight train barreling down on John Park. And Park, standing true, draws the charge. Really, that was a spectacular play. Not going to show up, but if Buffalo makes a little fun here, I won't get too. Doing it at both ends. Now Ivy on the defensive side. Ball on the floor. Jump is called. A little bit of energy, a little bit of passion from this Buffalo squad starting to show through as Ivy heads to the floor, draws the jump ball. Wow. Possession with Fury this time, but obviously next jump ball will go to Extreme. Alston, he loses it. He's been quiet since the first quarter. Early first quarter, I should say. Here's Dubois for 3. Yes! The contested 3 falls. Once again, we're back within a score. Here's Chauncey giving it up to Alston. Now to Coleman. Coleman for 3. The response isn't there. Alston on the board. Body on the way. Charge called. The arena explodes as that's two huge charge calls. The crowd on their feet. Ivy begging for more. One possession game. Buffalo has it. Timeout on the floor, 43-40. We've got a good one here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Stay right here for more ABA action. Coming right up. Extreme taking their time coming out of the huddle on this timeout. Fury been on the floor for some time as they sense what a momentous possession this is, as they haven't had a tie in quite some time here. Looking to get points on this one to at least bring it within a 1-point game. It's Ivy crossing half court. Ivy staring down his defender. It's Rucker. Worked across, 3-ball on the way. Yes! Nothing but nylon. We've got a tie ball game with 7:30 to play in the half. That was Shawnee who gave it up. Now we go the other way with McCray who loses it. Ball on the floor, picked up by Shawnee. Dubois is the only man to make a play, and he can't. Off the glass. Beautiful transition play. Giving the lead right back to Chicago. 3 on the way. This one incomplete. Alston on the board. Coleman kicks it out to Chauncey. Chauncey keeps it in bounds. 3 on the way. Yes! Chicago silencing the crowd. Ivy looking to get him back in it. McCray hovering outside the 3-point arc. Ivy dancing through. Ivy with points. The other way we go. To the far wing. Now inside, right under the hoop, a wide open man off the glass. Will stay at a 5-point game. And now a timeout on the floor. As Chicago is keeping Buffalo at an arm's distance here, 50-45, 6:18 to play in the half. It's a live one here on the Sports Fan Base Network. You're watching the ABA. Extreme with possession coming out of the timeout as they break their huddle. Down 5 points as both squads have been having great success on the offensive end. Fagan checks back into this one. Ivy, the point guard, directing traffic. Motion. Ivy to Dubois. Dubois towards the corner. 3 on the way. Oh, baby, a triple. Back within 2 is Buffalo. And waiting for a response from Devontae Jones as the Fury hears a 3 from Jones. The captain can't find its way through. Caron Dubois to his left, inside, floater, not going to go. Rebound him. Hawkins, who's got points. 50-49 is the score. Devontae Jones calling for motions and screens. He's got Dubois in his face. Picks up his dribble. And he'll give it up to Hall. Hall now working against Ivy. Towards his right. Along the baseline. Can't find the rim. Not going to fall the second time. Or the third. But the foul will silence this crowd and send Alston to the line. Alston's been a big reason why Buffalo has not been able to establish superiority in the paint. And even though he might not be having his best game statistically, he certainly is a huge reason why Chicago has the 1-point lead, make it 2. We've got 5 minutes here in this first half. Alston, 2 for 2 from the line. Dubois down 3. In this situation, we've seen Buffalo take the 3-point attempt quickly. Let's see if they do the same. It's Dubois. He'll give it up to the wing. Inside. Got it. Nice move by Park. He's the beneficiary. Dribble picked up inside the 3-point arc. Now it's a 3. Hall can't connect. Batted around. It's fielded. Ivy. Escape. Now slicing inside. It's Caron Dubois. Yes! He's been masterful. Buffalo on top. For the first time today, Chicago down 2. 3. Not going to fall. Got the board. Here's Devontae Jones. He can't connect either. And Rodney Hawkins escapes. Cross-court pass. 3-ball won't fall. Well, heads out of bounds. Stay stream. As that was last touched off of a Fury defender. And now a timeout on the floor. Taken by Chicago. As Buffalo Extreme leads the champs 54-52. 3:41 to play here in this first half. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fanbase Network. Stay right here. Welcome back to the ABA on the Sports Fanbase Network. Happy to welcome you in to the XGen Sports Complex here in Buffalo, New York. It's a cool night here in November. And the home team, Buffalo Extreme, up by 2 over the defending champs, Chicago Fury, with possession. Dubois tiptoeing along the out-of-bounds line, spinning inside, whistle sound out. They'll say it was previous to the shot. The foul was called. Dubois initiating the contact there. So again, they'll say it was on the floor. Dubois wanted that to be a shooting foul, but officials not agreeing. And now Aaron Jones to inbound. He'll find Dubois. Ron into a double team. He tried to find Park, but it was lost. Turnover there. Sammy Davis will be credited with the steal, and he'll be credited with the points. Defense turned offense. We're back tied at 54. Extreme falling foul called. Slow to get up. Looks like he was hitting a tough spot there, hitting where the sun don't shine, as they say. As he's certainly fighting through some discomfort now. That's Aaron Jones. But Aaron Jones taking his time, going to have a word with the coach. And if there's any male viewers, I'm sure you know the pain that Mr. Jones, number one in black, is certainly feeling right now, and understand why he's trying to delay these free throws for as long as possible. But a spectacular game we've seen from both squads, Buffalo and Chicago. The effort really being spread all around on both squads, but Javon McCray and Capri Alston are having a battle of the ages in the paint today. Both players winning a couple on either end of the floor. But currently, we'll see that matchup is number 15, Rodney Hawkins, up against Capri Alston. Fury with it on the offensive end. Worked inside. That's Davis. Can't find the bottom of the bucket, and a foul will be called as Hall tries to find his balance, staggering away from the play. Hall got the board there, absorbed heavy contact on the wrists, and as a result, will be at the line. Squad back within one. Free throw has been very consistent from Chicago. That's certainly something to keep an eye out for as we head down the stretch. Another thing to keep an eye out for, we haven't seen superstar Marzell Tiffeth in quite some time from the Fury. You wonder if that's strategy to keep him fresh for the second half, or potentially if there's an injury, as Scarborough has it outside the arc for Extreme. Inside now to McCray, and McCray with contact. Foul called. And it seemed like Tiffeth, 2 in white, every time he was on the floor, early second quarter, late first quarter, scored every single time he touched the ball. And McCray along the baseline, another foul called previous to the shot. Free throws nonetheless, as we're in the bonus here for Buffalo. They'll say Davis gave him a little bit of an elbow there. Davis obviously pleading his case. And Sammy Davis, not to be confused with Sammy Davis Jr., of course. That'd be pretty spectacular if Sammy Davis Jr., the musician, was still out here playing high-level ABA basketball. But I digress. As McCray hits the first. Oh, we've got spectator in our line of sight here as McCray puts up the second. And he's got it. 2 for 2 goes Javon McCray. So 2:45 to play here in this first half as Davis tries to navigate through traffic and he can't find open waters. Now it's Hall. Hall Loses it for a second, gets it right back, has it stripped away, but backup was there. Now it's Dubois. Dubois will give it up. Scarborough slicing through traffic. Tried to find Hawkins, who couldn't quite come away with it. And now quick passes from the Fury leads to points. Nice ball movement from Chicago. As Aaron Jones away, what doesn't find it. All the way we go, it's Davis. Davis through contact, not going to fall. Times here, and once again, we'll go. 3-on-1 opportunity from Alston, and he's got it. Chicago is starting to go on a run here, as they are now up 62-57. Here's Jones. Jones to his left. Can't find the fadeaway, just hasn't quite been there. Scarborough on the board, and he finds it. Scarborough gave it right back to Aaron Jones, who is still lingering under the bucket, and was able to complete the play as we've got a timeout on the floor. Buffalo down 3, 62-59. 1 minute to play here in this first half. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back to this final minute of action here in this first half. Defending champ Chicago Fury up 62-59 over the red-hot Buffalo Extreme. Fury will start this one off with possession. Quickly worked inside, pump fake, shot no good, nice move, couldn't find the finish. That was Tiffith who's checked back into this one for the final minute of this half. Dubois loses it. Would have been a nifty move had it gone. And now it was Davis who took it all himself. Nice feed inside. Can't find the finish once more. It'll roll off the rim for Hawkins. An opportunity now for Chicago to end the half as Chauncey will give it up to Davis. Davis to his left. Kicks it out to the corner. 3 on the way. Not going to fall. McCray on the board. Final few seconds here as a travel is called. That's devastating in the final moments of this half, as you think you have the chance to bring it within a one-possession game, but instead, Chicago with an opportunity. 11.4 to play here in this first half as a timeout is called. Obviously, Chicago can't go to the half with them. Got to find some way to expand this lead as you're playing a Buffalo team that will not give up in any capacity. We saw them down 15 at one point early on in this game. Battled their way back, came out a few minutes ago to a 3-point lead. Of course, Caron Dubois has been a huge part of that. His three-point shooting has been spectacular. The 6'3", 190-pound guard has just been dynamic, especially from this near side wing to corner area. That's really been his hot spot. On the opposite ends, Sammy Davis has really started to take over as his slashing ability has been second to none. Devontae Jones, of course, a deadly three-point shooter, and it always helps to have a guy like Capri Alston cleaning the boards up. So we see the final 10 seconds of this half. Bounce pass to Chauncey. Chauncey can't find the roll off the rim. That's going to do it for the half. They're demanding a goaltending call, but they're not going to get it. And candidly, I didn't see one. I saw a tip after the ball began to roll off and was outside of the frame of the cup, but nonetheless, that'll make it 64-59 to end the half. We've got 24 minutes of basketball to play. Champs on top. But we've got a good one here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Stay right here, and we'll be right back in 14 minutes with more ABA action. Happy to welcome you back after halftime. It's the Sports Fan Base Network carrying the ABA, and tonight we've got a good one. Chicago Fury, Buffalo Extreme. The first half was explosive. 64-59 is the score. Buffalo took a lead late in the first half, but Chicago roared back in the final minute 15, coming out of the lead we currently stand at. Caron Dubois was huge for the Extreme to stay within it, and points like that from Javon McCray were equally as big. It's been a fun battle to watch in the paint tonight between Capri Alston and McCray as the battle continues. McCray winning that bout. But overall, just excited for another 24 minutes of ABA basketball here at XGen Sports Complex. Some discussion over who has possession, and ultimately it goes to Chicago. Another note here, we were wondering if it was a rotational thing or if Marzel Tiffith was injured, but I think that answers your question as he carries the ball across half court. Tiffith, he's got it, working against Jones. He'll give it up, 3 on the way. That's no good off the back iron. McCray comes away with it. McCray taking it coast to coast through contact. That foul called. That sends Javon McCray to the line once more. Ivy, always a crowd worker down there on the baseline. Give him some high fives to the fans out here. Maybe he walks off a little gimp as he was involved in some of the collision down there. But it's been back and forth all day today. And that's been a consistent theme, as McCray has not been perfect from the line. Hovering right above 50% on the day. As that time, he goes 1 for 2. And Extreme will meet them at full court. Tiffith calls for it back, but a foul called before he could get it. The victim was Sammy Davis. And that was Dubois over there working against him. Tiffith with it, working against Ivy. Up to Alston. Alston against McCray. Alston's going to take it. Shoulder lowered. Shot off mark. Points go to McCray there. Dubois in the open floor with the left hand off the glass. We are knotted back up at 64. Nice move inside. Giving it up to Alston. Alston muscling through contact as he gets his revenge. This game goes as the big men in the paint go. Ivy now from inside the three-point arc. Can't find his mark. Davis. He's got such an elite crossover, does Sammy Davis. 3-ball on the way. That one's airballed from Devontae Jones. Fury wanted a foul call as there was some contact as he came back to the ground. But they will get no such thing as the airball chance ring out here at XGen Sports Complex. Hawkins gives it to Fagan, who dishes to McCray. McCray spins into a double team, fading away off the mark on the shot, airballs himself. Fast break the other way. Davis gives up to Jones, who can't finish, but Davis will clean things up. Jones's shot just rolled off. Sat on the rim for a minute. The pick from McCray leads to an open three. It's good. None other than Caron Dubois. This man is elite with a capital E, as a timeout now is called. Ivy pumping the crowd up. And Fury heads back to their bench. So 68-67, Fury hanging on to a lead. But Buffalo's knocking at the doorstep. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. No timeout there. Just a quick delay as Hawkins now the open floor. Hawkins will be fouled. Not sure what the discrepancy was for so long down there, as they signaled first for a timeout, but either way, it doesn't really matter, as Rodney Hawkins is now at the line with the chance to go ahead. He'll take the first step in doing so. We are back tied. 9 minutes to play here in this third quarter. He's got it. Buffalo once more in the lead. And Dubois in the full court against Jones. Jones gives up to Alston. Alston spins inside. He's fouled. He's spun into a double team. Caught a half side. And now the circumstances flip as Chicago's at the line with the chance to tie and go ahead. As the minutes tick away, this Buffalo crowd gets more and more into it. They've been a factor not just today, but all season. But really, the golden boy today for Buffalo has been Caron Dubois, who's been deadly from beyond the arc. But this man at the stripe has been doing it too. Capri Alston putting up a clinic, and he's got a tough matchup against McCray, but he's faring nicely for himself as that ball is stolen. Now on the open floor, Euroing, and it's good. Davis. Now Ivy with a full head of steam. Tip in. First chance didn't go, but the tip in was there, and the full court pass to an offensive foul call. It's a travel. Naturally, the Fury players disagreed vehemently as they come down the court to play a full court defense as they lead by one. John Ivy in possession with it. Tiffith was defending. Ivy. Tiffith in isolation. He'll give it up. Dubois open three. Spinning. It's good. Ladies and gentlemen, are you not entertained? Caron Dubois putting on a clinic. Tiffith looking to respond. He'll give it up. Three ball on the way. Off the front rim, no good. Ball out of bounds. And it'll stay with Fury. How about that three ball from Caron Dubois? Not just that one, but every three he's hit today. Just been so efficient from beyond the arc. As we've got a timeout on the floor, Buffalo on top, 74-72, 7:28 to play here in this third quarter. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome you back into the XGen Sports Complex. Buffalo Extreme leading the champ 74-72. Fury with possession. Inside to Alston, who's triple teamed. Out for the three-point arc. It's Chauny. Inside, left hand. Can't get the first one. And the board goes to Buffalo, but is quickly stolen. Step back three on the way. Not this time. And a tough inbound effort made, but unsuccessful as possession heads to Buffalo. That was Devontae Jones trying to throw it off of a Buffalo defender, but just missed his mark. As now McCray pushes his way inside off the side of the backboard. And we'll go right back to Chicago. I've mentioned it a few times already today, but this matchup between McCray and Alston has been gorgeous. And it's really been whoever's feeling more dominant in that moment, that team has been much more dominant as a whole. Chauny to his right, eluding traffic, and it's stolen. Open floor, finished. Fagan stole it in the open court, and it was off to the races from there. And now Hall jumps inside, tries to put one up through contact. He is fouled. That's a great play from Hall to really force his way inside when Buffalo comes out to the 76-72 lead. Because what's going to do is it's going to slow down pace of play a little bit, kind of have the effect of a timeout without needing to take one. And of course, he is efficient from the line, so that always helps. But momentum starting to swing around the other direction as that rolls off the rim, but the rebound falls into the hands of Alston. Chicago with a chance to capitalize, picked out of his hands, but staying on the Chicago end of the floor. Immediately tried to work it inside to Alston, but same result as McCray ended up on the floor diving for it. Can only imagine where this ball will try to be worked to next. They go right back to Alston. No, instead, pump fake to Jones, inside to Alston, who rolled and could not get it to fall. Yes, he did. Didn't even make the net move. Scarborough now, Euroing. Back out to McCray for three. Yes! Buried. Put a headstone on top. Three. Response way off the mark. Fagan on the board. Works it up to Scarborough along the baseline. Couldn't scoop it underneath, but Ivey's there to field the loose ball. Scarborough settle things down. And now he works inside. Back to his right. He'll take the foul. Jay Scarborough, the 5'11 guard. So quick. And really where his strength is that side to side. He covers so much ground. He's not the biggest guy, so you'd think his strides wouldn't be the longest, but he just explodes on those side to side movements, makes it so difficult for anyone to stay in front of him. And of course, when you know you're beaten, it's pretty common to go for the foul as Scarborough misses the first. Interesting having Scarborough and Ivey on the floor together. But they complement each other nicely as one of them is a gritty player, real hustle both ends of the floor guy, and the other is kind of a floor general in John Ivy. And the floor general now on the defensive end working against Shawnee. Inside to Alston. Working the post again. Ivy comes to trap, but Alston spins away. That's been his move. That post spin. Now working right, hard foul. Once again, Scarborough the victim. As Buffalo's holding on to a 3-point lead. 5 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Scarborough's at the line. Capri Alston on the opposite end of the floor has just been deadly and has really started to bully his way into the post offensively. And playing that kind of tough physical game against someone as big and as strong as Capri Alston really can wear you down as this game progresses. So that's something to be aware of as you have McCray and Hawkins both work against him. Will their energy be able to persist through this third and fourth quarter defensively? Quick moves inside. It's blocked. Swatted away, and still on the floor is Davis as he slowly makes his way to his feet. Parks will give it up, and a foul will be called. Foul on the shot. Once again to the line, it's Scarborough, who's really started to impose his will midway point in this third quarter. We haven't seen John Park in a while. So his energy might be needed against Alston. But of course, John Park, we've mentioned it a little bit earlier, how he's kind of that 3-and-D guy. He's one of those long perimeter defenders. That's really where his strength is defensively. He's still way more than capable of getting into the paint. But really, his talents are on the perimeter defensively. Cross-court pass, unable to be completed. There's chaos now here. Fury have it on their offensive end. Shot goes through. Beautiful effort through traffic there from Hall. Now inside is Ivy. Ivy can't get the bounce. Fagan on the board. Second chance won't fall. How about a third? No. And finally a rebound from the Fury. Full court pass. Try to be caught like a wide receiver. But the over-the-shoulder connection cannot be completed. Looking for Devontae Jones down there. He's checked himself out. Now to Alston. Alston on that far wing, just inside the 3-arc. Working against McCray, spinning towards the baseline. Can't get the shot off the glass. Park on the board. Scarborough running the floor. Kicks it to the wing. It's Jones. Jones doesn't have it. Coleman navigating inside. His shot won't fall either. Quickly stolen right back, though. Coleman's got another go at it, and he's pure from the free throw stripe. 83-82 with 3:30 to play. Scarborough to the far side. Park, top of the key. Pump fake won't take it. Now to McCray from outside. And his shot just rattles off. Chasing down the rebounding. Getting it is Fagan. Fagan now outside the arc. Inside. Trying to work through contact. He'll be fouled. And now Marcus Fagan, the 6'2 guard forward, will be at the stripe when we come back from this timeout. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. We've got a great game. Buffalo 83, Chicago 82. Welcome back to the XGen Sports Complex. My name is Ryan Cuny. So happy to be with you on this Saturday night where we've got a great game. Buffalo 83, Chicago 82. It's been back and forth all day long. We'll start this one off with Marcus Fagan at the stripe. Fagan, who does a lot of the unnoticed groundwork, getting rebounds, batting balls away for second opportunities, absorbing contact and shots, finding himself at the line constantly. He'll go 1 for 2, extending this Buffalo lead to 2. And the defending champs now looking to get back in it as Hall's got it. He'll work it to Alston in his familiar spot in the far side on the wing. Trying to muscle his way through Hawkins. He'll get the foul and the shot to fall. And 1 for Capri Alston. The man who's played in 8 different countries has been doing it all for Chicago. And he'll get the end one to fall. 3-point play for Capri Alston. Worked up to Fagan. 3-pointer off the mark. Wasn't sure if that was a 3-pointer or an alley-oop. Either way, we falls in the hands of Chicago. Nice move. Won't yield points right away, but the 3-pointer can't fall either. Ball falls out of bounds. Buffalo will take over. Nice footwork to get an open move by Shawnee, but just couldn't find enough daylight to put up a shot. It was great defense. Scarborough to Park. He'll get it right back. Scarborough, a ton of contact. Way off the mark on the shot, but he'll get 2. Both teams starting to get tired here towards the end of this third quarter as the fouls have picked up in volume. First free throw, good. I mentioned it early on in this game, but with a team as elite as Chicago and as red hot as Buffalo, you get the feeling that this game could come down to free throw efficiency. It certainly looks like it has that chance as it works to Hall in the corner, pushes inside against Park. Through contact, can't get the shot. Alston on the board. Alston, he's fouled. So a couple of possessions that have gone back and forth that have resulted in free throws as we linger around this 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Alston, one of those beautiful combinations of a big guy who can muscle his way into the paint and also someone who's relatively consistent from the free throw stripe. As in this tie game, he looks to eke ahead his squad. And timeout called previous to the shot. So that free throw was no good, kind of an icing move. But we'll step aside for a quick break here. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. We welcome you back for Capri Alston's free throw. Missed the first. And he would have made the second had the timeout not been called previous. But an 85-85 game with 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. This is a momentous free throw. It's up. It's good. Fagan to inbound as the crowd is silenced. Jones gives way to Scarborough. Scarborough hesitation now works inside. Through contact underneath, not there. Hall comes away with it. Full court pass. Parks trying to track him down, but it's slammed emphatically. A spectacular finish as Jones responds with a three ball of his own. Knotted up at 88. As Shawnee kicks it to the corner and foul. We'll say it was offensive, or not a foul rather. Say he stepped out of bounds along the baseline. Let's go back to that Shawnee slam where he just laid the hammer. How about the bounce from number 0? Worked across to Johnny Dombrowski, who's got it. Dombrowski along the baseline. And you can tell how much this Buffalo crowd loves Johnny Dombrowski. Over to the corner now, three ball. Not going to fall. Alston for another shot at it. No good. Full court pass to Dombrowski underneath. The crowd's on their feet. They love him. Dombrowski, the ultimate hustle man for this Buffalo squad. As Shawnee cuts inside. Off the glass, won't fall. And foul will be called. So we'll see free throws now. Coming from Samson Oladimeji. Johnny Dombrowski, if you're a Chicago faithful watching this and unaware, every time that guy touches the ball, this crowd just erupts. I'll look back to the New Hampshire King blowout last week where the score ended 180-58. Even in a game with that large of a margin, just that guy scoring a point, this crowd was on their feet. They love him. Out to the corner for Johnny. Johnny Dombrowski can do no wrong. As now the Fury are reeling. Outside the arc, 3 of their own. Not going to go. Board by Buffalo. And that's going to do it for this third quarter as Johnny Dombrowski sprints over to the crowd to get him juiced up. But the energy is flying here in the X-Gen Sports Complex, courtesy of number 35 in black. But with that, we will step aside. We've got 12 more minutes of ABA to play here on this Saturday night. Score 95-88. You're watching the Sports Fan Base Network.
Oh my God, Johnny! Johnny's incredible. Yes, it is. 2 weeks ago, he had like 17 points in like 3 minutes. He was insane. I might help with the tears afterwards. Put Johnny back in. Put Johnny back in the game. He's incredible.
We welcome you back to the X-Gen Sports Complex, where the Buffalo Extreme are up 94-88. Coleman working along the baseline. His shot's not going to fall. It's knocked around and falls into the hands of the Extreme. Fagan works it across to McCray. McCray inside off the glass. Not going to fall the first time and fouled on the second. Somehow, someway, Jay Scarborough, who is the shortest guy, only tied with number 30, David Blanks, who is not here or not playing tonight. Some way this guy finds himself on every single rebound. And even though he can't quite finish above some of these bigger defenders in front of him, he always absorbs contacts, puts up a good look, and finds himself at the line. I mean, Jay Scarborough, known as an all-around guy here on this Buffalo squad, as he is unable to complete the second free throw. But really, defensively and getting rebounds is where he shines. Foul called here. We'll send Fury to the line. As that ball was tipped, but the foul occurred previous to it, almost simultaneous with the shot. Sending Chauny to the ground, now the line. But with just 12 minutes to play here in Buffalo, certainly find ourselves in an interesting position with the hometown squad, Buffalo Extreme, up 7 over the defending champs. Now 6. Chauny for his second attempt. It's good. 2 for 2 he goes. As now Scarborough gets the nod at the point position. Giving up to McCray. McCray bullying his way into the paint. Off the glass and in. 96-90 is the score. And now with the left hand, unable to finish is Sammy Davis. Ivy eludes traffic, dishing to Scarborough, and Scarborough finds an open man on the baseline. That's Rodney Hawkins. Whistles sound out as the Buffalo Extreme head coach is on the floor and ecstatic. His squad up 98-90. Timeout on the floor. 11 minutes to play here. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. Stay right here. Welcome back to the XGen Sports Complex, where with 11 minutes to play, the hometown Buffalo Extreme lead Chicago Fury 98-90. Fury completing the inbound to Shawnee. Now Coleman inside. Coleman comes up short. Bull rolling around on the ground and diving is the Extreme to try to make an effort unsuccessfully. And a little bit of context here about Johnny Dombrowski, number 35, because this guy is a spark plug. Doesn't see many minutes, but when he does, just lights the floor up. And he is the testament of hard work in the gym for hours at a time. Hometown hero, not seen as the most athletically gifted on this squad with guys like Scarborough, Ivy, Blanks, and Hawkins, but extensively works at his craft, and it shows. And this Buffalo City rewards him greatly for it. Awaiting the inbound now is this X-Gen Arena starting to get loud for their home team. Finally, the whistle sounds out. And the inbound cannot be completed. And it was knocked out of bounds, it appears. Last to touch it was Chicago. So Buffalo with an opportunity to extend the lead. Scarborough quickly to his left. Off the glass, you betcha. Now straight to the paint, fading away. A ton of contact, no call. On the ground, it rolls around. Extreme comes away with it. 3 on the way. It's good. Fury trying to roar the other way, but whistles stop play. Shawnee ended up on the hardwood after Ivy delivered a huge 3. This crowd, this team, they are feeling it, up 13 at the XGen Sports Complex. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fan Base Network. Do not go anywhere.
it's the T now. That's like, yeah, that's from like late 2000s.
So happy to welcome you back to the X Gen Sports Complex with a Fury quickly inbound it to the big man. He's trying to work through a ton of contact, and he will get the foul call. Be the victim of it. Javon McCray, the perpetrator. And it'll go right back to Alliston. Alliston working along the near side. Shoulder into the chest of McCray. Spins, fades. No good. Put back, it's there. Tell you what, that looked like a little Joel Embiid out of Capri Alliston. Here's John Ivey. Step back. Yes! That was silky smooth from the point guard. Other way we go with Jones. He'll give it to Shawnee. Almost an up and down call there. Nice play to get rid of it. Inside it goes. Shot goes up. Foul is called. Two free throws pending for the Chicago Fury team, who at this point in the contest desperately needs some points. They've been on a scoring drought for the last few minutes. Finally, something rolls through. Needing to make up a little bit of ground here as Buffalo, the unlikely opponents, have really roared ahead to a 13-point lead here. 1 for 2 at the line. Scarborough facing down against 4 defenders. He doesn't care. He'll take the odds. Unsuccessful, but it's stolen right back by Scarborough. McCray from the mid-range. No! What the putback from Hawkins? McCray's shot lingered around the rim, but Hawkins was there to clean up the mess. The other way we go. Through tons of traffic, no foul will be called. Fagan now. He'll give it up. Ivy, wide open. Not this time from John Ivy, but Hawkins on the fadeaway. Can't complete it. Alston on the board. This time a 3 for the Fury connects. Devontae Jones. Boy, that was critical. Still plenty of basketball to play here with 8:20, but they'll take the points anywhere you can get them. As Scarborough tries to cut through, he'll have to give it up. Now McCray. Outside the arc, it's poked away by Alston, but it'll stay in the hands of Extreme. Alston with a nice defensive effort there, but just a bit too strong on the poke out. Couldn't quite track it down in time. So now we'll see Caron Dubois check back into the game. Haven't seen him for a little while. Of course, he is deadly from outside the arc, especially today. Had some critical threes around the midpoint as John Ivy pulls up from Niagara Falls. The other way we go. Shawnee takes the contact. He'll go to the line to settle things down. I couldn't believe John Ivy was pulling up from that distance, but no distance too great. As obviously you can't give him any kind of space as he is deadly. 111-96 the score. 7:46 to play here in this fourth quarter. Buffalo Extreme on top. You're watching the ABA on the Sports Fanbase Network. We welcome we welcome you back to the XGen Sports Complex, where Shawnee is at the line. He can't complete the first free throw. We're now with 7:45 to play. Every point, every free throw, every possession becomes increasingly more important. It's now down 14 is Chicago. And Buffalo trying to establish themselves by taking out the defending national champion. And they've shown utter dominance so far this year, boasting wins 132 to 78, 180 to 58, and 114 to 91. All massive differentials. Buffalo trying to pull away once more, but the Fury not going to go down quietly. Worked out outside the arc, threes up, just long, rebounded by Extreme. Tiffith checked back into the game. He's going to have to work some miracles with 7 to play, but Ivy goes coast to coast. Johnny pushes it right to Alliston, and he can't find it. The scoring is dried up for Chicago here in the fourth quarter. The worst time for it to happen. Hall outside the arc. Pushes inside now. McCray steps a few feet in. Can't find the bottom of the bucket. Blocked by his McCray, but he'll get it back again. Somehow these possessions just never die. Marzell Tiffith slices through off the glass and in. Big bucket. Down 16, 6:22 to play. Ivy outside the arc. Feet on the logo. Now contested by Hall. As a whistle sounds out. Could hear there on the camera mic someone in the crowd say, "Shoot that." And immediately, I think Hall heard that and realized, oh, yeah, this guy can pull up from anywhere. I got to guard him. And immediately sprinted out to meet John Ivy. As now we will get a timeout called by Buffalo. So we'll take a quick step aside. 6:13 to play. 115 to 99 is the score. Buffalo looking to dethrone the champs on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back to the XGen Sports Complex, where quickly inside it goes. The shot falls for Javon McCray. This lead extending. 18 points as it's turned over. In the open floor, cutting through. Jones keeping it in bounds. Cross-court pass is intercepted. Somehow tiptoeing along the line, and Shawnee is the beneficiary of the hard work at the other end. McCray tries to push it across half court, and a foul is called to the dismay of Patrick Rucker. Sitting at a 16-point difference, 5 minutes to play. Chicago more than capable of scoring in bunches. And it's been quiet going for Marzel Tiffith here. Not a ton of minutes. On the other end, it is. Spinning, cutting through, foul called. That'll be the key here for Extreme with this lead. If they can continue just eking away points at the free throw line, making it extraordinarily difficult for Chicago to cut down the lead in any meaningful way. Even if you don't hit every shot, with the lead at now 17, good things are bound to happen. Jones looking to go 2 for 2. And he will do just that. Tiffith working across half court. Fagan in defense. Whistle sound out. And turnover. Turned over by Tiffith. An opportunity to extend things now for Buffalo. Parks got it with some space. He tried to cut inside, but he fell. Stealing a possession back is Tiffith, putting the three up. He's drilling it. Big three from Marzel Tiffith. Stolen right back. Another three on the way. This time it won't fall. The other way we go. It's Jones. Jones trying to evade traffic. He'll turn it over. And stealing it right back is Dubois. Dubois swatted. Three on the way. Not going to go. No foul call. Dubois just getting off his feet now. And the Fury going to come away with it. Three on the way. Yes, it's buried. Tiffith doing everything he can to claw his way back. Now down 12 is the Fury. Park comes to a jump stop. He'll give way to Dubois. Dubois being smothered. Now to Jones. Jones for three. Just off the mark. Fielded by Fury. Tiffith turns it over. And at the open floor, it's laid up. $14-point difference. 3:45 to play. Every second counting. And a foul called against Extreme. Timeout on the floor now. 4 minutes to play. 121 to 107 is the score. Stay right here for this thrilling finish on the Sports Fan Base Network. We welcome you back into the XGen Sports Complex where Chicago's got some work to do. 3:49 to play. 14 points is the difference. Or I apologize, 12 points is the difference. 110 to 122. The score in the arena. Devontae Jones imploring the official to give him the ball so we can just get it in. Right away to Tiffith. Now to Jones. Off the pump fake. Three's up. Rattles off. No good. The hurry up offense not successful for Devontae Jones. Now Ivy's looking to do some magic. Over to Dubois. Dubois with Hall on him. Foul called previous to the shot. It's a travel by Dubois. Chicago taking over. That's a big one. Down 12 is Chicago. Three's on the way. That one's short. That one too linear, too short, not going to go. You can see the urgency now by Chicago as that's stolen right away. Exactly what is needed. Three up. No good, but the putback is there by Ola Demiji. Trying to evade the trap is Ivy. And they'll do that successfully. Inside, an open man. That's McCray. Buffalo just looking to stave off the Chicago Fury team. There's a 12-point difference. The basket scored by Chicago. A little delay now being asked for by the fans. They're saying he didn't give up the ball in time. That they won't be successful in their pleas. That was a 2-point attempt that was successful. So now we're sitting at a 10-point difference. Dubois cuts through the defense out to the wing. It's slowed down by Ivy. Ivy cuts to the right. Tries to go underneath. He's fouled hard. John Ivy, not the one you want to send to the free throw line. So you're trying to battle your way back. But as the seconds tick away, the situation becomes increasingly dire for Chicago. And the mood elevates further and further in the XGen Sports Complex for Buffalo. Got a technical foul now, so we'll get an open look. So technical foul will yield shots and possession. Now the official is talking it over once more just to make sure all is right. Got to be honest with you, dear viewer. I missed what exactly the technical foul was. And it seems to be some confusion on the court as well as we work through what's going on. But it seems we've figured out what's all to blame. So now Ivy hits the first. See Dombrowski over there on the bench, the spark plug emphatic. And Ivy goes 2 for 2. So technical foul on either end, potentially. I don't know, back and forth. But Ivy hit them both. So now pressure's on for Chicago to do the same. And they will not do so. Devontae Jones off the front of the rim. Tough break. The arena is shaken, but Jones silences them. He drills the free throw. Now it was a double tech possession to Chicago. So Jones works the inbound. Can't find Tiffith in stride. It's turned over. Ivy crosses half court now. He's tracked down from behind. He'll try to step away from the trouble. Foul was called, and we'll get an and one here. Lots of time has passed In the real world here, well, not an N one, they'll say. It was instead on the ground. Some confusion here from the players. By the way, Ivy outside the arc. He has it stolen. His pass unsuccessful. And off the glass and in for Chicago. Big play there along the baseline. Knock things out of the way. Chicago with it. 3 ball up. It's good. Not quite over yet, as they are within 10. Ivy crosses half court. He'll immediately take contact. As now benches are clearing. We've got a lot of commotion around the scorers table. All of a sudden, the Chicago bench just cleared. And we've got some issues. Signals fly in either direction. There's now someone heading over to the Chicago fan section. This could spell trouble here. As officials try to sort through the madness. As they're trying to clear commotion. I think we had a spectator talking a little bit of smack to the coaching staff. Oh no, rather not the coaching. This is number 34, Capri Alston, who is extremely animated. He is worked up about something. I am unsure of the origin of this, but Capri Alston very worked up, and he seems certainly for the defending champs, tensions are starting to flare as the seconds dwindle down. But if you lose Capri Alston, that makes this comeback all the more unlikely. But with 1:30, 8 points, this game, it's not lost. It's not at a point where you'd really expect just emotions to get the better of the losing team. I'm not sure if this was prompted, if there's an instigation. I'll try to work to get some clarity for you, but we'll see the result as Alston is still being pushed away by his coaching staff away from the scoring table. Officials trying to work through all the mess. As players returning to their sides. I'm not sure which way this is going to go because both benches cleared. No party was innocent in this matter. The question is if any official heard and truly understands where this all began. But Alston is still furious and being held back now as the Chicago side is forming a wall where John Ivy, with his toes at half court, is jawing. And they called it. That's it. Wow. So through all the chaos, the officials determine it's not worth sending these players back out to battle. It's too dangerous with everyone worked up and tempers flaring. They just called the game. The final is 126 to 118. the arguments, that's unlike anything I've ever seen, but that's a real shame for the beauty of a game we had all day long. It was back and forth. It was a team effort from the Buffalo Extreme, but the result will be that they dethrone the champs 126 to 118. Unbelievable. This Buffalo Extreme squad is off to a red hot start, and they're certainly a squad to look out for. So with that, we will leave it here for the night. Thank you so much for joining us. My name's been Ryan Cuny, and we'll see you tomorrow when the Buffalo Extreme take on the Akron Aviators at 6 o'clock here on the Sports Fan Base Network. I'll see you then, and have a great night.